How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple days since I've uploaded a real video, but here we go. Today's video we're going to cover what is the best exhaust for a Mustang GT. I'm going to go over all the different exhausts. I'm going to tell you guys my favorite one at the end. I just haven't seen someone really put together all the exhausts, explain the differences between all of them, and kind of just compare and say which exhaust is the best exhaust between all the different brands that are out there, because there's so many. The main three things being the price, the quality of the product, and the sound that it makes. So that being said, let's get right into the first exhaust. Depending on what kind of Mustang you have, I'm going to be talking about the 2018 through the current model year, you can either have a system that does have valves in it or a system that's valveless. My car is a valveless system, and I'm going to be going over the system that does not have valves in it, so just that being covered, make sure you watch out for that. I'm not sure what would be needed in order to get an exhaust for the valve system. I'm pretty sure if you swap the exhaust, you just don't have to worry about the valves and your valves won't work anymore, but don't take that from me. I have no idea how any of that works. But the first system we're going to look at is the Roush Axleback exhaust. Now, Roush does a really good job of bringing a very deep, throaty tone, and overall they make a really good quality product for the price. Especially this one is an Axleback exhaust, meaning you're not getting anything with the pipes or anything, you're just changing the mufflers for resonators. You're going to be spending about $750, which isn't too bad compared to the other exhausts that I'm looking at. You get a really good quality product, obviously being Roush, everyone knows them. It's pretty much one of the best Axleback exhausts you can buy for the price. You can obviously go cheaper and buy really cheap systems, but you can't really go wrong for about $750. Easy installation, you just gotta do a little bit of cutting in order to swap them out because you need to match the pipes, but it's not really a big deal. You can probably finish it in like 15 minutes if you have a lift. You can't really go wrong. Deep, throaty tone. I'll play a clip here. Now, moving directly from the Axleback exhaust from Roush, we're going to go straight to the Catback system from Roush. In the 2018 Mustang, they updated it and they did a full exhaust system with a full X pipe and the resonators. So all of this is going to end up costing you about $1,250, and it's a fairly easy installation, just like pretty much every single exhaust on here. Nothing's really too complicated. The system sounds really good. It has a really deep tone, lots of snaps and crackles. It's one of the more aggressive exhausts on this list, so if you're looking for something that isn't going to drone a lot, this isn't an exhaust for you. If you're looking for something that's not going to drone in a muscle car, you should probably keep it stock. I'm just going to say that right now. But most of these exhausts are going to drone fairly loud just simply because you have a 5.0 V8 and it's a muscle car. That's what they're going to do. But this one is going to drone even more so than the other exhausts are going to do. It's louder than the Axleback system is going to be, and it is a very loud exhaust. It sounds very, very good. It's one of the better sounding exhausts in my opinion on this list. This would probably be number 2 over all the different exhausts. We'll get into number 1 in a second here, but this is probably my second favorite. If you don't want to spend the money of the exhaust that would be number 1 on this list, it makes sense to go with this. $1,250 is a fair price to pay for an exhaust. But that being said, you're getting a quality product, you're getting a very well-known brand, you're getting an easy installation. You basically plug and play, you just tighten some clamps. Basically anyone who is kind of capable with cars can do this installation without any issue. Here's some sound clips for comparison between the other one. next exhaust we have on the list is the Borla Attack exhaust. This exhaust is a little bit on the pricey side. This one is going to run you just about $2,000 with the carbon tips. If you don't want carbon tips on your car, it's going to run you a couple $100s less. This is a very aggressive sounding exhaust system, very, very loud. It's louder than the Roush Catback system is going to be. It has a very different tone to that. It snaps and crackles a whole lot more, and it just has a very more aggressive and raspy tone compared to the deep and mellow tone to the Roush system. But then again, the Coyote is a very raspy motor, and it kind of just enhances that even more. So if you like how the car sounds from factory and you just want to enhance that system times like 10, the Borla Attack is a very, very good system to do it with. You'll add snaps, crackles, and just crazy. This is a very crazy exhaust system, and you're going to end up paying the price for it. Obviously, Borla is a very, very well-known company, just like Roush. And obviously, Borla is a very well-known company, and they make very good products. It's a stainless steel product, and it basically has no issues as far as manufacturing goes. From everyone who has this exhaust, I haven't seen many complaints about the build quality overall. Obviously, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not for everyone. If you don't want your car to be super, super loud, do not go with this exhaust. I would suggest you either step back to the Roush Axleback exhaust or this next exhaust I'm about to tell you guys about. Here are some sound clips for the Borla Attack. So this next exhaust system is something that's going to be a little bit more quieter than the Borla system is going to be. So this next system is the Corsa Catback Sport system. Now, the Corsa Xtreme is a very popular exhaust. That is the exhaust I'm going to cover next. But the Corsa Sport is a very softer tone than the Xtreme. It is still very, very loud, very, very aggressive, but not quite to the point of the Borla Attack and the Roush system is going to be. It's definitely very livable and definitely very kind of daily drivable, if you want to say. If you don't want something that's crazy loud, don't buy a catback system, buy an axleback system. But for a catback system, this is a fairly quiet exhaust, and you're still going to end up paying the price. It's about $1,800 for this exhaust system with the full resonators and the catback system. Corsa is a very well-known brand, and most of the time they do a very, very good job with the products that they have, but sometimes the bolting is a little bit harder and you can't get it right and the exhaust might hang, but that's pretty much it. That's the only thing I've heard. I've done some research on the other exhausts. Basically every exhaust is very, very solid on this list. If you're thinking about going for the Corsa, just know you're going to get a good product and a very quality exhaust overall, but mounting you might have an issue. That's the only thing I've found, and I'm gonna have to say that, but most of the time you're not gonna have any issues. The next system is the Corsa Xtreme system. Price-wise, this exhaust is cheaper than the Sport system is, but it is 10 times louder than the Sport system is. It is very aggressive sounding exhaust. It is very, very loud. It drones fairly decent. It doesn't drone as bad as the Roush system does, however. The Roush Catback exhaust is known to drone way more than the Corsa systems. This is known to be a fairly decent exhaust when you're cruising. You can't really hear it when you're at low RPMs cruising at like 65 and 60, but when you're on it, you can hear this exhaust for over a mile away, and it is very, very loud. Also, one thing to note, this exhaust just amplifies the car's sound. If you enjoy how the Coyote sounds with the raspiness, you want a little bit more crackles and pops, and you want it to be louder overall, and you want the car to have a little bit more tone and a little bit more aggression, this is a perfect exhaust if you want loud. A lot of people complain about how loud this exhaust system is sometimes. If you're looking for loud, this is perfect. This is one of my favorite exhausts, but it is very expensive. This is an exhaust I want to buy, and I'm still waiting because it's almost $2,000 for this exhaust. You can spend a little bit more than this, and you can end up getting the polished black tips. I'd probably just go with this because I don't see the need for the extra $100, but this is probably one of my favorite exhausts that you can get on a Mustang. But that's basically the video. That's 5 exhausts, 5 of my favorite exhausts. I had to throw a cheaper exhaust into there because not everyone can justify spending over $1,000 on an exhaust system. I haven't seen anyone else do this. Feel free to comment down your favorite exhaust, whether it's on this list or not on this list, and maybe I can go do some more research and consider them for my own car. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.